Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
So before we begin, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips on home buying, click the subscribe button below, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Home Buyer School. Today I'm joined by Eddy D'Ambrosio, real estate agent with Remax Elite. And today the question we're going to answer is, what are some mistakes people make when selling their home? So Eddy, you've had a lot of clients. What are some of the mistakes that you've seen people make in terms of selling homes?
Well, I think the first one is, when you hire a real estate agent, you sit down and discuss strategy, pricing, and the process through selling your home, how you will prepare your home for showings. Listen to your realtor. Take that advice. I think the first point here is pricing. There's so much discussion that goes around how to price your property. What's the best price to list at? And so when you have that discussion with your realtor, be really clear on understanding the best price to go forward with, and you have to be able to have trust in your realtor in knowing that strategy is going to work out. Sometimes, pricing your property too high is a huge mistake that a lot of people make. They think, well, we'll start at a higher price point, and then maybe we'll just kind of work down after that. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes and most common mistakes that sellers make.
So besides pricing, anything in terms of the visual aspect of your home, like upkeep or renovations or so on?
Yeah, so cleanliness is next to godliness, right? One of the biggest things that any seller can do with their property is make sure it's the cleanest that it has ever been anytime someone's coming to look through your home. So again, I think a good real estate agent is going to sit down with their seller client and have a discussion surrounding cleanliness, staging, and really paying attention to all of the senses that a buyer has when touring through your home. So how are they being visually stimulated with colors and furniture placement? Going room by room to determine, how does my furniture fit in this room, and does it make the room feel big? Does it make the room feel small? Another thing to be conscious of is smells. If you have pets in the home, this is a big one I see with buyers all the time. We go touring through some homes and you can smell that pet odor. So for my sellers, we discuss pets and how they affect showings. So for some people, they choose to have a pet stay with a family member, or even go into a boarding house for that time when they're selling the property, just so that you are, with every showing, putting your best foot forward.
Now, is it to make the house feel more natural, would you maybe leave your pictures up or completely take them down?
Well, this is always a sensitive one, especially with families. And you go through a seller's home and say, take all the pictures of your kids down. And to some degree, I think maybe depersonalizing a little bit. A lot of people love that show home look. So the better you can do to make your home kind of feel like a show home, have things staged a little bit, and depersonalizing can help. And that's another thing to be conscious of when you're selling a home is, how much personal information do you have out there? Do you have pictures of your family and your kids? And some people are comfortable with that, and some aren't. So
isn't it tough to live in a home that you're trying to sell though? Like if you continuously keep it clean, which is fine, but you eventually have to live there, and so is there any tips on how to avoid ruining your house too much or using it too much, and to make sure that it's it looks right for the buyers?
I think it is challenging. It's tricky when you do want to become almost minimalist when you're selling. You want to declutter, and so what I suggest to clients is, as you're getting ready to list, also get ready to move. If your intention is to sell that property and move on, then get some early packing done, declutter, get some stuff put away, some totes and some boxes nicely organized away is a great way to do that. But yeah, it can be kind of tricky to start living with a little bit less around and every day having to clean and be ready for people to look at your home. So it's definitely a lot of work, but done right, that's where your home shows really well, and then hopefully that whole process doesn't have to last a long time.
Now, can you maybe block off a certain portion of your home, or do you really want to make sure the entire house is accessible for people to view?
Both are fine. I think you want to be able to show someone who's spending such a large amount of money on a property. You want to be able to show the full home and all of its features. For some sellers, they may have a room that's inaccessible, and that's
okay,
and that's fine.
Besides staging your home, and besides price point, any other mistakes people make when selling their home, or things that they should know?
I think just trust your realtor. Hire someone that's going to really put a lot of work into marketing your home. Develop a strategy ahead of time and make sure that you have a really clear dialogue over the best way to approach the sale of your property, and then really just have trust and execute that strategy, and I think you have a recipe for success.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Eddy. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyerschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.